Hey there, Priesthood. Welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. What's really good? Happy New Year. If it's happy. If it's not happy, I wish you happiness. I wish you could have some happiness. Amen? Let's all have happiness. Here we go again. Down the road, I have a few things to mention. Of course, the personal readings are back up. I'm back available. Let's do that, particularly those who want some insight into love. I don't know what I'm going to do with the lover's floor. I need an escort. You know, it's dangerous down there. And I need an escort. Okay, so I'm going to see how I can work that out, and I will get back to you on the lover's floor readings. Beyond that, of course, the lovers like to pop up as they please, but, you know, dedicated readings. We'll wait for the final word on that. Okay, so also, what else did I want to say? We're going to be making some changes. We're going to be doing some experimenting behind the black veil this year. Yeah, experiments, big experiments. Absolutely. So bear with me throughout the year. Also, I want to do some more committing to you guys. Let's be more committed to one another. All right? Okay, now listen. Any relationship, there's going to be some ups and downs. All right, so get ready for that. But I just want to get a little bit more committed to y'all because, you know, this is our world and it's up to us. It really is. So let's pray. That's the new shit. We're going to be praying during the priesthood reading. So pray with me here now. All right. However that you do it, just come with us. All right. I dedicate myself, the priesthood, and this conversation with the ancestors to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear my creative potential, and seeing behind your creative potential as well, and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. I call forth accurate answers. Amen. Accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance we receive here today. Amen. Let's take the time this year. Let's take the time. All right, fantastic. Ancestors, thank you for being here. God, thank you for your grace. Thank you for your protection. Let's take some time. Thank you for blessing us with each other. Come on now, priesthood. Thank you for blessing us with each other. Because I love you motherfuckers. I'm telling you that right now. All right? You affected me. You affected my life. I hope I'm affecting your life in a beautiful way. Amen. So thank you for that, ancestors, creator, for the insights. Okay, I hope you're chilling. All right, let's get it. Ancestors, what you want us to know? What you want us to know right here and right now, here today. Know this. All right, it's action time. It's time for some action. All right, fantastic, fantastic. It's time to take some action, or somebody's taking action. There's many layers. Get off on your floor. All right, fantastic. What about this action? On some level, we all have to be action guy right now. On some level, everyone needs to report to the action floor. All right, fantastic. What about it? What about it? It might be quick action, or action that won't last long. Like, you don't have to do this long, but do it now kind of thing. Or do it, you know, some sort of version of that. Get off on your floor. All right, go ahead. Well, because you have a divine calling. God's calling you. Right. Oh, my God. I love when God calls us. I mean, it's serious business, but that bodes well if God is calling you. That bodes well. All right. Look. Okay, karma. What? Wait a minute. That's when we don't want God to call us, okay? That is when we don't want to be called. What? What do you mean by that? Oh, she want us to kill a bug. That's the sensation I get. Go over there and kill that bug. That's the sensation I get here, because the devil. That's why. There he is. There he is. There's the devil. Okay, and that's why we got to hurry up. It's not going to last long. Run over there, squash the bug. Like that. That's what I get. And the bug, not only is the bug the devil, but it's your karma to have to go over there and squash it. Yep. I don't know. I mean, that must be okay because here we are being the priesthood up in here. All right, so let's go further. Okay, seeing the root cause clearly. The reason why I'm calling you, right? Clear to see. Go squish that bug. Okay, great. Ah, It must be a big bug. It must be a really big bug because here the priesthood is saying, wait a minute, what? Squash the bug, but that looks doubtful. Okay, here. Because we are successful in the face of doubt here in this card with Legba la Flambeau. Okay? And he represents the fool as well, the divine fool and the pure fool. So we're feeling like that's foolish. So it must be a big bug. Like, why would I go over there and squash that bug? That is a big ass ugly bug right there. All right? Get off on your floor. It's many layers. Whatever it is, it's undesirable. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to deal with it. I mean, I can only speak through my own lens. That's how I feel about bugs. Maybe you don't feel that they're a big deal. No problem for you. I don't know. Get off on your floor. But for me, that requires some discussion and negotiation. Absolutely. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Profound realization of self. And also, I gotcha. I understand. Being self-possessed, meaning what? Meaning take up all the space and then there's no more space for the devil. Well, why? But why is the devil the uppermost card right now? Well, that therein lies, go over there and do it quickly. Go over there and do it now. Handle this is what I'm getting here. Handle this. Because we are the first exorcism. That's what I'm going to say. We are the first exorcism because, of course, last year we did a lot to get ourselves ready to be the priesthood, to understand better what does it mean, what is our job description, what specifically are we expected to do, to function for humanity and God's plan. And now that we have, been oriented, I should say this is after the orientation, now it's time to go to work. Okay, and so here's the first task, and that is exorcise the devil from within yourself. Oh my God. Right away, we just got into the damn year, okay, and already hands dirty. Get your hands dirty is what God has said to us here today. All right. Okay. God, the God card. God is calling you, God card. Seeing the root causes clearly. Illumination. Because I said so is the sensation that I'm getting here from God. Because I said so. So I'm getting some resistance here. Okay, in that case. Okay, because look, action guy, fire guy. Karma, fiery inferno. Right? And then the fool, right? Because shit looks doubtful. Do you feel me? But we will be successful in the face of doubt. And the root cause here, if we get on the same floor right here, we get on the same floor. This is like two sides of the same coin. Here's God, here's the devil. See what I'm saying? It's upside down and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's flipped side to side and top to bottom. Oh, that's freaky. That's like a mirror that's a cube at the same time. It's very deep. All right, so anyhow, I get the sensation here with the seeing of the root cause clearly and the resistance here of, it looks doubtful. Yes, it looks doubtful. Yes, it does. And that's why that card is there, because they are saying that they can see that it looks doubtful. But dealing with this little conundrum is quite your karma. For whatever reason, I haven't found that out yet. At the least, it's your karma because God said so. Right. I feel like I said that recently. Like, all of your karma is not plain and easy to see the connection. Like, you do this action, you get this response. It's not always like, basic math like that. Sometimes it's trigonometry, Sometimes it's advanced calculus, Sometimes it's quantum physics. You know what I'm saying? So if God say it's your karma, it's your fucking karma, is what I'm getting here. Meaning if she tell you to do a thing, do it. Period. Because she said so. Not because you're bad. Actually, because you're good. Because you're good. So go over there and get rid of this demon, because I'm going to make you a fisher of men. You see what I'm saying? So if you can cast out the demon within, then you qualified. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So it's like a test. We have to take a test. It's like, how some people had to be vaccinated to continue to be employed. It's like that. It's a vaccination of sorts. Some sort of spiritual vaccine. Oh, that's brilliant, to inoculate us from being possessed by the devil. Because, side note, how many know, for those of us who understand the spirit world to some degree, when you're dealing with the exorcism situation, well, that's a high risk situation. And you could be attached to, like, we don't understand enough about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make sure. So this is the ancestors and the creator making sure that we understand the protocols and how these things work. And so first, make sure you're self-possessed, all filled up with God's grace, all filled up with your spirit, with your own spirit, so that you cannot be possessed by the devil. Do you dig it? But because the devil card is uppermost, that means that this thing is rearing its ugly head somewhere. And that means that it has to be, gone and gotten like a bug. You dig what I'm saying? And squashed, taken away, taken out. Oh, get off on your floor. So, so the root cause of why this, even though it looks doubtful, you'll be successful in the face of doubt, is because God. Because number one, I called you, and number two, I'm God. Right? So here's God being God, and here's God declaring his identity as God. Right? This is like the I am right up in here. Okay? So first you got to be it. First you got to be like, pow, being it. Then, do you know who I am? That's the first thing I should say out of your mouth. That's the God energy that I'm getting here. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Yeah. Okay. Somebody owes something. There's an O here. Peace offering. Peace offering right here. Peace offering. Okay, I got to get you with the. Are you picking up on my? All right. So anyhow, yeah, peace offering right here. I get the sensation somebody owes something, because karma. Success in the face of doubt. Because there's a need to take care of this. So this, let's say if it's a relationship dynamic of any sort, right? Of any sort. There's some sort of toxic shit going on in the relationship that has to be gone and gotten. Do you feel me? So if we're in the sanctuary with it, though, as individuals, something has to be gone and gotten. So ladies in particular, because since this is a masculine card, usually we're used to being inactive on those matters that concern men. But if we're dealing with this as individuals, then you need to use your masculine energy to take action in this matter, whatever this toxic thing is in you. Because you already know we don't want that reflecting on the outside. Am I right? So herein lies the issue. You don't want to be wrestling with this thing, right, ladies? You know what I'm saying? The men, I'm sure you don't want to be wrestling necessarily with this ugly character either. But you're more predisposed to that roughhousing and having fun and playing and wrestling and fighting and competing, and that's more your thing anyway. But nobody likes wrestling with the devil, so granted. But there's some sort of situation here. So if it's the individual self, Hierophant card here in my deck represents profound realization of self, knowing thyself, being self-possessed, I get the sensation that you owe it to yourself as an individual. If this is a relationship, one character or one player owes it to the other player. And if we're going by the cards, the man, there's something, men, there's something with y'all, okay? Where there's some sort of peace offering necessary. But get off on your floor. Sometimes the roles can be reversed, as you well know. So, or maybe it's each other. You owe something to each other, or you owe it to the relationship, or you owe it to the, yada, yada, to get to exercise this negative energy here. Right here. Cut it out, right? Cutting off the head of corruption. Something is corrupt. Thought process, an approach, a philosophy, if we're talking the individual. If we're talking the relationship, I get the sensation that this has to do with self-awareness, knowing your limits and your strengths, being able to employ them intelligently to, I'm going to say, repair the relationship, because here at the fiery inferno, that's where the broken mirrors get melted down and made into new mirrors. But they have to go through that melting down process and that breakdown. This is also the bittersweet of karma. It's like, okay, there's a relationship dynamic in the cases of relationship, no matter what's the nature of the relationship. The sweetness of the karma is you have a relationship. There you go. Now it might be in shambles, but at least you got a relationship. That's something to work with. That's base material. That's lead. You can use that. You can turn that into gold. Okay. Now the bitter part is what it takes to turn lead into gold. That's where the muscles. That's where the muscles come in, and possibly the money. Because while you may not be giving a person money, or a person may not be giving you money necessarily, maybe not, but I'm just saying, it may not be money, but it may be energy, but it's something tangible on some level that they have to give you. So that takes money, though, even if they're not directly, like, let's say if they have to go someplace, or, they want to talk to you and they want to sit down and have dinner, then you got to pay for dinner. That sort of thing, or I have to go over there and talk to this person. It costs this much in gas money, or this much for the, whatever it is, right? So, okay. Let's go deeper. All right. Go into it. Using words to remove obstacles. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. All right, so the Creator said, all right, what God is calling us, right? So it appears here that the Creator, this is interesting. This is deep, because I said self-possessed. Now understand that there's many dynamics of self, right? Consider it a gem with facets. It's one gem, but it has many facets. That's you. You're a gem with many facets. And the sparkle and the real activity of the light and the chemicals that make up the gem is the work of God. It is the grace of God, right? That makes it all work, makes it all go. And that's you, filled with the Spirit of God, right? Boom. Okay, so that becomes important here, because it's as if you are possessed by God. And in this scenario, you are God. You're like some sort of automaton, right? Am I pronouncing that right? It's some sort of, you are a host for God's Spirit. Very similarly to when the devil possesses people. It's just when he's doing it, it's more perverted and not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So here, God is speaking through you, it appears. God is speaking through you, and this is the recommendation, because God is calling you. And this is a divine calling and a ministerial duty. And that becomes particularly interesting because we have the Hierophant card, right? Speaking of ministerial duty, I find that to be meaningful. So I feel that God is speaking through your mouth, and also here, where the road is clear, we're doing what thou wilt. Okay, so that's when it gets freaky. That's when you get to the edge and the membrane of the mirror. You know, like where's the mirror start and reality stop? You dig what I'm saying? Right here. Free will. Do we really have it? What does it do? You know what I mean? So, or is it God? Is it destiny? Is it fate? Is it nature? What is it? You know? Boom. Guided by the Spirit here is where we get freaky. So it's the will of God. Because I tend to believe, side note, I tend to believe that the will, free will, is just like the scope. Like we think it's way wider than it is. It's not wide. It's straight and narrow, just like the Christians say. Shout out to the real Christians. It's straight and narrow. The free will. It's not all wide open like, yeah, you can do anything. Like, can you? You really can't. I mean, are we paying attention here? You really can't just do anything. You cannot. So I tend to believe that your will is the power to choose to do what God say or don't do what God say and deal with the consequences, the karma. See, that's the law, universal law. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like free will. Okay, I said do this. Now you don't have to do it, but then what's going to happen to you? Right. And therein is the devil in the details. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. So I see you letting God speak through you, removing obstacles. This is why you don't have to worry, seeing the root cause clearly. This is why you don't have to worry in the face of the devil, because the devil is formidable. How many know? Hello? That's an ancient demon right there, right? So this is why. First of all, you're going to be saying the divine and right thing because God is going to be speaking through you, and that is your divine calling on some scale. Whatever you do, wherever you go, if you allowing this to happen and you're doing what God say, then that's what you're doing. Okay? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let's see what's happening there. Using words. That's the gatekeeper. That's Legba. He's at the center of the crossroads talking to the kids. Here's the kids. Telling them stories about the world, about the universe. All right? Opening gates. Here's the open gate. Free to go. You're free to walk free. Right? And you're going to be going in the direction that the Spirit leads you. And that's why your will is going to have so much power. Because it's your divine calling. Because God is giving you the power. It's not you. It's God. Okay? What you're doing is you're allowing God to fill you. So there's no room for this devil. You see what I'm saying? So I get the sensation that you have to make a decision. Because you got to walk through this gate. God is calling you. Are you going to go? Action, God. You see what I'm saying? They recommend it. That's what the ancestors recommend. Okay. All right. That's okay. This devil. Okay. We don't like it. All right. Somewhere we can see this devil in our lives. We don't like it. We don't like the dynamic wherever it's at. In all the places that it's at, we don't like it. Look like here. Loss is not defeat, though, because we have the power of the word to remove obstacles, to open gates and to close them. Why? Because we allow ourselves to be guided by the Spirit if we take these divine and right actions right here. Yes. Protecting what matters most. See, that's when, protecting what matters most. Pow. Right? So that's when God, right? Because this represents the conscience, being in right relationship with the Spirit. So this is like the Spirit, like all of the spirit realm in this one Spirit is represented, right? So it's guiding her, right? On top of her head here, boom, guiding her through her path, telling her how to use her will to get the path to be clear, right? Okay, boom. Protecting what matters most here. We're protecting what matters most. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like your will and God's will is going to be one. And that's how you're going to have that protection. This is how it's arranged on the table. So this is uppermost. All right. And that's what this is. When you allowing God to guide you, you protecting what matters most. You see what I'm saying? So that's why loss is not defeat, because you can still protect what matters most. because you can see the root cause clearly. It's the devil. It's the devil. What's the problem here? Oh, the devil's there. Okay, fantastic. Squash the bug. Now, so we've properly identified the problem, look like here. But that's okay, they say. Loss is not defeat. We can still protect what matters most. You know? Like if you have your computer, may this not happen to nobody. But if you have your computer on the table and you got your drink, you know, and you're like pulled up to the desk, you know what I'm saying, and you knock your shit over, you know, they're telling you hurry up and move your fucking computer before this motherfucking, before havoc, before mayhem, like my dude from the commercial. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what they're recommending. So that's good news, bittersweet. Okay? You know what the problem is, and you have time to fix it, and you have God's help to fix it. Do you feel me? So that's why success in the face, you know, effective in the face of doubt. That's why. Because God. You see what I'm saying? Brilliant. Okay. I mean, obviously, the ancestors are brilliant. So, right. Okay, so there's a lot of talking. Using words to remove obstacles. Now we have a healing conversation up here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Maybe you can't see that. Okay, pal. All right, we got a healing conversation. All right. There's been some hurt. Somebody's hurt feelings. Okay, so remember I said O, peace offering, O, an apology. All right, that's a possibility. Get off on your floor. Okay. Get off on your floor. Let me reflect. Oh, loss is not defeat. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. I feel that you may have found out some unpleasant information. What's going on here? About your life purpose? There's some sort of life purpose issue here. You still have it. Okay, but there's some sort of painfulness here. Uh-huh. Okay. I feel that you've said what you needed to say on this matter. You dig what I'm saying? And you may have, like, let's say if this is past, you said what you had to say. You were speaking with the words of God. God's voice was in you. God was guiding you. You've expressed what the problem is, or you express your feelings for the benefit of the, you know, of the exchange. You know, like I told you what you needed to know to protect what matters most. The road is clear, you know, for shit to get fixed around here. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm getting the sensation, like, let's say, I don't know why I'm coming up with these wild ass scenarios, but let's say somebody is trapped under a car, right? Some imaginary person who made this not be happening to anyone. They're trapped under a car. You can't move. The angels come, right? And the ancestors come. They lift up the car and they're waiting for you to move from under the car. And you're just sitting there like, oh, wow, ancestors. Wow, you a little delirious. You're a little bit in a fog. You know, it's understandable, but the ancestors are like, could you move? You know, from under the car? Like, you gonna just leave me standing here holding the car up? So that's the sensation that I'm getting here with the clear road. You know what I mean? And, you know, and how I can't pick up all these cards. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. All right, I'm just, hold on. Let me see if I could fix it a little bit for you. Okay, there we go. Just a little, okay? Just a little. I'm gonna leave it dark for just a little while. All right. I hope that's not too dark for y'all. Is that too dark? That's a little too dark, it seemed like to me. All right, that's a little better. All right, so anyhow, with here, you know, with the sadness and the pain, you dig what I'm saying? Like, I feel that this was already expressed, illuminated, clarified, you know, whatever. Like, you know, like priesthood, I'm going to guess probably you did your part, you know, To make things clear, I don't know. I don't know how many different types of priesthood people we got back here, but I'm gonna guess you did your part. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But somebody already expressed what was necessary here. So I feel that if we're in the sanctuary with this thing, the ancestors and the creator have already expressed how they feel about the situation with whatever this toxic thing is if we're dealing with ourselves as individuals. They've already expressed what they had to say. So you already know what time it is. And they did as much as they could do to help you understand the situation and how important it is for you to take action. And it is quite your karma. But if you take action, you will be successful. You see what I'm saying? So make sure to get off on the floor of whatever this devil business is, because the creator said go take care of that. You dig what I'm saying? And when you take care of it, it's going to be taken care of. That's the good news. When you take care of it, it's going to be taken care of because you have God guiding you. And God has a plan for you. Yeah, that's right. That's why nothing bad is allowed to happen to you. Unpleasant, you might have to deal with something unpleasant. Bad? Nah, not at all. Not at all. Unpleasant, sure. It's not bad. Like ordinarily, maybe it could be bad. It could look bad. It could sound bad. Okay, but why isn't it like, achieving the designation of bad news, bad things, bad experiences? Why is it never possible in this particular scenario with the business of the day here today with the priesthood that the ancestors are telling us? It's because we have God. That's why it's not bad. No matter if it sounds bad, no matter if it looks bad, that's why it doesn't make that designation. That's why we can't call it bad things happening. And it can't be a bad thing. It can't rise to that level. Why not? Because you have God. So it really doesn't matter what it looks like ultimately, or what it sounds like, or whatever, wherever this devil is at for you. Get off on your floor. Let's go further. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Yeah. That make all the sense in the world. Mm-hmm. All right. So, listen. This karma is part of, it's like how you have certain jobs and you got to pay into your medical insurance or you got to pay into your 401k. You dig what I'm saying? That's the sensation that I'm getting here in terms of the karma. It's not because it's the karma of the job of being part of the priesthood, like in life, not like just for this channel because we being cute and all of that. No, I mean in real fucking life. You dig what I'm saying? This is part of the job and this is part of what you got to pay in terms of going to exercise this demon within, and then therefore now you know how to do it on the outside without injury, without being taken over, without being attached to, things like that. Because you'll be fully filled up and self-possessed and surrounded with the spirit and the grace of God. Here, you have an obligation. Here's the high priestess. Clarifying karma, the karma card, the bittersweetness. You have this power. You have this intuitive capability, and therefore you have an obligation. It's like being the oldest child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know better. You'll be the monitor. You'll be left in charge often. That's what I'm getting here. You have an obligation. This is the emperor meeting and rising to the occasion, and or not rising to the occasion. So here's where it's made or broken right here. You dig what I'm saying? Are you going to follow your intuition because you've been told what you needed to know? Do you feel me? That's what I'm getting out of God right here. God, first card out to explain this action that they recommend that we take. or this action guy, if this is a, yourself and others scenario. Um, so you've already been told what you needed to know. She knows the secrets. Then here, we meet the obligation or we don't. We meet the obligation, things go well. We don't meet the obligation, things don't go well. Like what I was saying about free will back here. You dig what I'm saying? If you can see that. Okay. Um, okay, and that's the bittersweet of the karma, is that you have an empire to run. Yay, wee! Okay? You have an empire to run. And for real, that's what's up. That's what's up. The creator about to give you some holdings. Absolutely, because how many know the emperor is the landlord? He's the lord of the land. Facts. Okay? So rising to the occasion and meeting the obligation is the bittersweetness. You got to do it. You're in charge. It's up to you. So here, effective in the face of doubt. Once we pay the karma of the job by taking this action about this devil. Death of the ego, and also the barons, the dead, spirit of the dead. And here she talks to the dead. She talks to the dead, and also that's your intuitive faculties. This is, these are your sources. like a journalist, like an agent. These are your sources right here. They're giving you information so you can make wise decisions, so you can stay cool and calm under pressure. You dig what I'm saying? Here with the karma card. Under pressure, stay cool and calm, even when it looks doubtful, right? And just be dependable guy. Here we got dependable guy down here. All right. So this is king moves. Dependable guy giving an offering. Wise, cool, calm, decision-making cat doing the right thing. So let's slide up this side of the pillar here. If we're individuals, you dig what I'm saying? Then I see the need to put respect on your own name. This is part of what the protocol is. You're going to go through this test or this vaccination of sorts, of spiritual vaccination, and you're going to be immunized against the devil. Okay? You're going to be immunized against, the devil penetrating into your life, your mind, or your affairs in any way while you go around slaying demons on the planet. So this taking care of your own demons is an extension of that. And doing the right thing, moving forward, sudden come up, and also put some respect on women's affairs, respect for women's affairs, and the extension of the marketplace as an extension of the life-giving energy of the earth and Mother Nature and all that. So, and we have the mother of the storms, right? So right here, I'm seeing that this is your job. Doing the right thing is your job. Holding it down is your job. Keeping the atmosphere peaceful, that's what he's doing in this card, is your job. Okay? And you have all the help and team members in the world, on the spirit world, to help you to do that, to help you deal with this demon. That is powerful. But you got to cut the head off of this thing. So I get a wrangling here. There's some sort of wrangling that's going to be necessary here. All right? You're going to have to wrangle this guy. Wrangle him. That's interesting. Like, for instance, if your mind is going wild with the possibilities, or your mind is going wild just managing, all of the moving parts of the situation that you're in, all of these things can lead to this toxic devil energy. On top of the fact that it just could be toxic devil energy. It could just be toxic devil energy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into it. Hope you're chilling. I really hope you're chilling. You got to have authority over the devil. I know that's right. I know that's right. Justice. Because you got to bring this fool to justice. Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So this is good news. This is good news. Okay, so it's a good news, bad news kind of thing. All right. But the good news is ultimate, because ultimately they're telling you what you need to know ahead of time, giving you enough time to do it. They're giving you all the power that you need to do it. Okay, so if you don't have the energy, there's something they've given you that will create the energy. So just use that thing and just stair step the shit till you get to the level you need to get to handle this bug situation here. Okay, look. Here's the Emperor. You have to assert your will. So willpower. Okay, Emperor. You have to assert your will, right? So ladies, divine masculine energy for you on this matter. Okay, and you have to have authority in your domain. Okay, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I get the sensation that the devil is between these components, however that's shaping up to be manifested in your life. The components of the King and the Queen of Pentacles. There's a devil between them. That's what I see. Okay, so these are the dependable people. Okay, but they're not able to depend on each other. I get the sensation. They're not able to depend on each other. They can depend on themselves. Okay, so if this is all you, there are physical, tangible elements that need to be brought together inside of you in terms of your management of yourself. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. All right. So what I appear to be seeing is the need for us to fully manifest physically on the planet. Because you know what I'm saying? You know how we have 3D lives and a 3D personality, so to speak. I mean, obviously there's going to be common denominators and many. But at the same time, you know, most of us keep our, priesthood life for the most part separate in our own minds from that world. So, of course, you're not going to go around like, I'm in the priesthood. You're not going to do that. But, but still you are in a different state of mind. Let's say when you're in Target, you're not thinking about how you're in the priesthood, generally speaking. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. It's like you have to live in it. Self-possession. That's what's giving me that. You have to live in it on a certain level. High Priestess is giving me that as well. Like a full commitment. Oh, I said that. Oh, okay. Good. All right. Yeah, exactly. So she's the master of the domain. She has confidence and authority in life. She has authority over the devil. So there's a big part of her power where it's all over the place. She's Mother Nature as well. Mother Nature. There's climate change if we're not loyal. There's climate change if we're not reciprocal, right? Because that's that earth energy right there, right? Okay, cool. So right here, I'm seeing that you have to have a commitment to your inner space. You have to be married to yourself and to the work of the priesthood, of the divine calling, whatever that is for you, is your priesthood work, right? So you got to be the emperor about the shit over this dude. So you need some extra energy here. The Queen of Pentacles is pulling off the divine masculine's energy in order to component, force, concept. Okay, not necessarily a person, but, get off on your floor. It could be a person. Like maybe y'all are being supportive of each other somehow. But she's, drawn off this masculine principle to give her extra muscles to deal with this devil right here. So I get the sensation, especially with the Justice card here, that she has spoken. Like on the feminine side of the solidity, she said, I don't want this devil here. This devil is out of order. It's unacceptable. Now, it's this guy with the muscles, right? Dependable guy and action guy, right? And the emperor energy, you know, to come and squash the bug. All right? Because if you're anything like me, that's exactly who'll be squishing bugs around here. It's going to be the emperor. Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you for? You ought to squash bugs. Okay? Absolutely. Not all. That's not all. But I'm just saying that is certainly your job description and not my job description. I'm just okay. So anyhow, of course, in emergencies, you are efficient at what you do, ladies. Naturally. So look, big dick energy. Look, Ace of Wands energy, pure energy. So this is okay. All right. So that's what we gotta. Okay, this is gonna take muscle, y'all. This is gonna take muscle. Because look at all this masculine energy, and you gotta be self-possessed. This is the power of Christ compelling somebody right here. You're gonna need the power of Christ on this one. That's why the vigorous activity here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know that's right. I know that's right. Because whoever this devil is or whatever this devil has lost its mind. Absolutely. So it's your job, see, because that's what the Queen of Swords does. She fix it for people when they get it twisted. She fix it. So since she's way down here and this dude is uppermost, there's a devil loose. And she's coming. You're coming. Hierophant card. And this is commitment as well with the Hierophant card. You know, but it's a commitment to a moral code. Oh, that's good. Commitment to a moral code. That's what we're doing here. I feel like I hit the daily double just now. Absolutely. That's what just happened just now. That's the issue. You have to commit to a moral code. Ah, well, that makes all the sense in the world. Going where demons and angels fear to tread. That's what you got to do. Because that's the law. That's what you do. You are law enforcement. Haven't we discussed that before? You are law enforcement. So you got to go where the demons and angels fear to tread with vigor. Right here. Vigor. I think they even use that word to describe the energy in this card. And I was talking about my man over here. Vigor. Yeah. Is a burning out of impurities. Let's say if it's a health issue. With dependable guy over here. Herbs, tea, salad, vegetables. Right here. Okay. Absolutely. And she cooks it up. So you see what I'm saying? This is very much like, okay, who's like me and buys vegetables so they can just die in the refrigerator? Anyone? Anybody? Okay. So that's the sensation that I'm getting here in terms of the devil being between these two components of Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles on the health floor, on the health and diet floor. Okay. Absolutely. Right? Like, because she cooks it up. So let's say you don't feel like cooking. Right? All right. Here, the King of Pentacles energy gets the food. There's the food. There it is. There it is. Now you got to make the food. It's not coming at the same time. Or maybe when she's ready to make the food, he didn't bring the food. Or he's still out. Or, you know what I mean? Like, so something is between that's not allowing the full shit to manifest all the way, filling up all the space. Self-possessed, filled up with the Spirit of God. You need to be filled up with the Spirit of God. Don't be out here eating chicken McNuggets. You know who you are. You know who you are. All right? Absolutely. So, I mean, that is not to judge anyone. I mean, I say that, but here is the Justice card. I'm not the one judging, though. I'm just saying. I have my own problems. But point being, it can be handled. Handle it, though. That's what they say. Get to it. Let's chop on this thing. All right, well, let's wrap it up. All right, let's wrap it up. All right, so put it in a nutshell. Bottom line. Bottom line is this here. Okay. Sexy. So here's action lady and action guy. And you know what I get from that? I get from that the ancestors know how important it is to us that we're sexy. I know that's right. Ancestors, they know us so well. They know us so well. And so on some level, they're saying this devil right here is not sexy. This ain't sexy right here. Handle that. It's not sexy. So that's interesting. Because side note, okay, I'm just going to look over the banister at the lover's floor for a minute. You ever wonder, where we came up with this idea of, love me no matter what, even if my hair's standing up on my head. Now, granted, yes, right? Granted, yes, you should not be able to easily fall out of love just because my hair is standing up on my head. However, I think generally humanity has taken a little bit advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. So Tuesday your hair was standing up on your head. Wednesday your shit. Thursday, like, you don't get to do that every day. Like, there's only so much understanding you can expect a motherfucker to have. Do you feel me? I mean, that's what I was taught, if you're anything like me. My mother was like, nah, no rollers, walking around with the rollers all day and, you looking crazy and shit. You wearing a moo-moo and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, no, get up and handle your business. Stop playing, comb your fucking hair. It's not a game. Not every day you're going to be looking at your best, but have some fucking consideration, is basically, so I'm just saying, get off on your floor. I get the sensation that is the kind of consideration they're having for us. Like, don't you want to be sexy? All right, we'll do what God say to do then. Handle this, go squash that bug, because that's not sexy to have bugs in your house. Shout out to people who are struggling with that. I can't imagine. But certainly, if I see a bug in my house, it's war. It's war. Abso-fucking-lutely. So, it shouldn't last that long. Action guy, should be quick, over, done, and then you take measures to make sure that doesn't happen again. Do you feel me? All right. So that could happen on the relationship floor. Obviously, that can happen on the health floor, health and diet floor. Let's call it the Whole Foods floor. That's the Whole Foods floor right there. Okay. Go on. Right. Okay. Yes. All right. One more. Yeah. Okay. Listen, don't try to figure it all out. All right. Don't try to figure it all out. Just know. All right. Wait. What should we just know? Okay. Just know that there's still potential here. All right. I want to say to be harvested. There's still potential here. If it's a health thing, don't worry. All right. Yeah. Yes, it's a thing. But you will survive and you will thrive and you will still be sexy. And if it's a diet thing, you'll get through it. If it's gaining weight, losing weight, tightening up, whatever you're doing, it's okay. You'll get through it. You want to do a bunch of push-ups, but you got sciatica, it's bothering you. You got scoliosis, it's a thing. It's hard to bend down or whatever. I don't know. Shout out to everybody with scoliosis. My point being, you're going to get through this. You're going to fix it. Got to see past the illusion. And then also, you can make these things happen as the magician, as the alchemist. You don't need every single detail, all right? Because you can see the root cause clearly. It's the devil. That's what it is. No matter what it is, it's the devil if it's a problem. If it's toxic, if it's a problem, if it's stopping you from thriving, then that's toxic negative energy. Has to get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? So you'll be fine. New beginning. And you'll still be sexy, all right? Or the relationship will get fixed and you'll still be sexy and sexy to each other. All right, so get off on your floor there. They're speaking my language. I don't know. Are they speaking your language? Because, yeah, it's all about sexiness, right? So our life purpose, I think, is very sexy. Yeah, I think it is. I think it might be. Also, the ability to slay demons and go home and sleep peacefully in a peaceful environment where they got to put respect on your name, right up in here, because you the only one. You know what I'm saying? You the emperor with the shit. Do you feel me? So that's pretty sexy. Going where demons and angels fear to tread, that's pretty sexy. Being fair, balanced, being in right relationship is sexy. Having what you say go is very sexy. All right? So the power of Christ is compelling this demon out. And we got to dispose of this motherfucker right here with the Queen of Swords energy. We got to stack the heads in the rack. Stack it. All right? Fantastic. Listen, I hope that information helps somebody. I really do. For more deep-ass readings such as these, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom over at Amazon and make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. And I will see you again here soon, party people, behind the black veil.